Greetings, folks. What we have here is another laptop in a bag. What is it, you might be asking yourself? Well, you wouldn't be asking yourself that if you read the video title, but maybe you can't read the video title or something, I don't know. So let's open it. Yes, that's right. Another Zenith Supersport. With the battery pack. And a slight problem, as you can see. Yeah, looks like we have broken hinges. I don't know that I can actually get this to open. But yeah, that's probably about as far as I'm going to be able to get that open. 286 Supersport. Same great mechanical keyboard. But this is pretty typical for these, is broken plastics and other such like things. I don't know where the hinge really is broken, but it is broken. I want to pull this thing apart because, as we found out in the last video that I made of one of these, there is a battery in here, and I want to get that out of here. I don't know what that means. Of course, doing that is going to be a little bit more difficult on this one, because this one, obviously, as you can tell, has some damage compared to the other ones. But the thing with this one that sets it apart from all the others is that the display is basically perfect. So I'm going to get this thing out of this bag, and I'm going to at least start to think about how I want to take this thing apart. Okay, first things first, take a look at the difference in the yellowing on the plastic between the handle and the rest of the machine. Wow. Also, if you take a look at the bottom of this, you see all that black crap? Yeah, we got degrading rubber feet. This one's okay for now, but the rest of these are all turned into sticky mush, so I'm going to have to get them out of there. And I guess that's going to be first order of business, is going to be to get those off, because I don't want to get it stuck to my tablecloth. So okay, as you can see, I tore apart the battery pack first, because I knew from prior experience that these things will go supernova if you're not careful, and probably a good thing I did, because look at that. Yum yum. I'm sure this works great, eh? Yeah. It's actually a different pack than the other one had, which I, for whatever reason, have saved. Sitting right there. That did go thermonuclear in the other one, so that's why I wanted to do this. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not this is actually going to work without that battery in place, but hopefully it does. Okay, I got that open. And this is a slightly different design, I believe. Because I remember on the other one, the screen did not plug directly into what looks like this power supply board. So that's kind of interesting. This is also a different hard drive than I was expecting to see. CP3023. I believe that it's probably still the same design as the rest of these, though. I'm going to go ahead and pull this keyboard out. I want to see what's underneath it. You do want to watch the different types of screws too, by the way. Okay, I went ahead and pulled that off the keyboard, and a couple of things here. Number one is there's some screws missing from this metal plate, which is supposed to go on the keyboard. Number two, this is not a drive with a separated controller board. This drive has the integrated controller, which is actually kind of nice, because it means that, in theory, I could replace that with whatever drive I wanted to, as long as, of course, the system BIOS actually supports it. So, square one for that one. But we do have an explosive device here, which I will need to remove from the equation. It's a Maxell bomb too, so it's kind of surprising it hasn't blown up. They encase it in this plastic, but I'm not really sure this plastic would do much if it were to decide to blow up. It's an ER17, which is a 2/3 AA instead of a 1/2 AA or 1/3 AA. I don't remember what the other ones are, but 1989. So that's probably no good. Let me go ahead and throw this back together, and I'm actually going to power the machine on and see what it does, if anything. Here we have the power brick that it came with. Here's the specifications in the model if you're looking for one of these. Now, my concern with this power supply is twofold. Number one, I don't want it to smoke as soon as I plug it in. Number two, I hope there's no refizz in it, because that will definitely smoke as soon as I plug it in. But I'm also going to go ahead, I'm going to plug it in, unload it, and I'm going to check and just make sure it's not wildly out of spec or something. If it does blow up, I have that switch right there, and also the fire extinguisher. So I'm going to just go ahead and turn that off, so that way my hand's not on it when I do plug it in. Power it up. Oh, no smoke yet. So let's see here. Get that out of the way. Okay, let's do some checks on this. He says as if you can actually see his multimeter. Now, this is center negative. So the way that I've got this hooked up, it's going to show negative voltage. It's about minus 16.8. So it's about 16.8 volts. 16.5 volt supply. I would call that within spec. Okay, so here's the system unit. Now, you saw earlier that power supply board, that has an STK module on it. Those are known to have problems. So here again, I'm hoping this doesn't blow up as soon as I plug it in. Power switch was on, which I wasn't expecting. The hard drive spun up. Errors found. And into setup we go, which this has. And you can see, like I said, this screen is good for small values of good. I think it might be starting to go bad. It's definitely very difficult to read on camera, but okay, that's backwards. I have it in the minimum and it got brighter. You put it to maximum, it gets dimmer. So that's not really working. So let's see here. Obviously I'm going to set the date and time. Non-expansion chassis setup. Winnie power down. I don't know what that is, unless that's referring to the Winchester drive, which is the hard drive, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and I'll set this up, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I'm going to hit escape. Are you done making changes? Yes. Press return to save. Okay, I saw the hard drive. Here we go. It just booted. Symphony Access System by Lotus. We are running MS-DOS 3.3. That hard drive makes no noise whatsoever. No. Okay, what's the right way to do this? Because that's supposed to work. What's actually on here? It doesn't look like much. Yeah, really not much at all. Bin folder. Let's see. This is an older version of DOS, so no, that doesn't have in it what I wanted. I don't think this even has a Microsoft Diagnostics either. Nope, it's too old for that. Well, let me go get a floppy disk and we'll test out that drive. I'm not sure if that's a high density drive or not. I kind of doubt it. Okay. It made noise. Wow. Let's see if this will actually even run on this. Well, floppy drive is good. Pressing function key and for slow and fast doesn't seem to make a difference. Oh, it does make a difference. Yeah, look how slow that's loading with that, and then I press fast. Okay, I thought the LED would have changed colors, but it's not. I'm amazed it's able to load all that into memory. Like I said, a little hard to read. (10 megahertz, 286). Now I drop to a 6 megahertz, 286. Not as good as a 55SX, which is 386, but this is only a 286. That's actually kind of nice. So, there you go, pretty much. That's a crash course on the Zenith Supersport 286. This is what it's supposed to do when it's working. So what I'm probably going to have to do is switch the top from one of the other ones. I want to keep this screen, obviously, because this display is okay. But I don't know how I'm going to do that, because these are very, exceedingly fragile. So, but it runs. The only other potentially interesting thing is, does it run with that battery pack attached to it, too? Okay, so there's the battery thingy attached. Yep, it's starting. And it's running. With that in place, it's not smoking yet. I don't remember how to get out of this. That doesn't really matter. It's pretty much all I wanted to know anyway. So it does work. And that's pretty much it for this video. Stay tuned! There will be a parts combination video at some point with the other one.